Look, I got inspired, alright? If I can't properly pay respect to how unabashedly Brazilian this movie is, I can at least pay tribute to how unabashedly 70s it is. You dig? Welcome to Reviewed in 5, where I rate movies in 5 categories: writing, directing, acting, originality, and entertainment. Wagner Moura is... Or is he? I don't think he actually is. Honestly, having now seen the movie, I could not tell you why it's called that. But basically, he's doing all the things that a normal movie about secret agents would probably choose to skip over, hiding out in his witness protection hostel, going through files at his undercover office job, checking out the local movie theater, not to catch a movie, but to catch up with his in-laws. But when a hit is put out on him by a corrupt bureaucrat, God knows it's gonna be another 2 hours before anything comes of that. Do not go into this expecting a thriller, guys. I'm not gonna put a spoiler warning. I don't spoil stuff, but what I will do is a gringo warning, because I know the only thing on YouTube more dangerous than pissing off the K-pop stans is pissing off the Brazilians. So guys, this is your cue. Get in the comments, let me know what I missed, because I am genuinely very curious to know. Let's get into it. I've seen a couple people call this movie slow. Don't listen to them. They're understating. Like, Train Dreams was slow. This is like the final boss of slow. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying whenever you think something is about to happen, that is gonna be your cue to go to the bathroom. Because you will get up, you will pee, you will come back, and whatever it was you were anticipating might maybe just now be beginning to occur. And if you thought you missed it, you didn't. It was never gonna happen anyway. Now, sometimes this works. This movie has a very non-linear way of revealing information, so if you ever feel like you don't have quite enough context to understand what's happening, chances are, if you just wait a little longer, and a little longer, and a little longer. Okay, there it is, I get it now. And I'm not gonna lie, it is satisfying when everything does click into place. I particularly liked how they did this with Wagner Moura's backstory. So you would think that, with how meticulous these reveals are, that they would use them to actually take the plot somewhere in the third act. But based on the direction this movie goes in the last 30 minutes, I'm guessing the point was that it doesn't. So if you were hoping, like I was, that this movie was gonna be a political thriller, enter at your own risk. 2 out of 5. This movie is directed by
Kleber de Mendonça Vasconcelos Filho.
I really thought Google was gonna pronounce that better than me, guys. Sorry. Anyway, we're about to find out just how far great camera work can go in glossing over a boring script. This man really conned the Cannes Festival jury into giving him Best Director with Panavision anamorphic lenses and split diopters. But I'd be lying if I said he didn't kind of get me too, because this is a very smooth, very suave, dare I say, very slick type of movie. Every shot has so much sweaty sex appeal that you almost feel scandalized watching two people sit across from each other in a room. And without spoiling, I think part of the reason the ending isn't working for some people is because it very deliberately abandons that aesthetic. We get ripped away from glistening golden 70s nostalgia and plunged into Netflix lighting. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on Mendonça Filho's movies, or even really casually familiar. I haven't seen them, guys. But judging purely by the trailers available online, they do not look like this. So what he and the cinematographer,
Yevgenia Alexandrova,
were able to pull off here is pretty damn impressive. Honestly, snubbed for Best Cinematography at the Oscar nominations. I think this should have got in over Frankenstein. 4 out of 5. Ah yes, the 1970s. A simpler time when a man could carry an entire movie on the strength of his jawline alone. I got some solid Robert Redford vibes from Wagner Moura in this. Is that alone enough to justify all the awards recognition he's getting? Yeah, I think it's fair. But there's another trait of 70s movies that I think this one borrowed, maybe unintentionally, like how sometimes we'll encounter a character and I won't remember if we've already met them or not, because a lot of them kind of look similar and all anybody really does is talk. That might actually be the most accurate thing to a 70s political thriller about this movie. Like, just look at this poster. Look how many people are in this damn movie. The only thing worse for me in this category would be if this movie was American, because then all their names would be blue on Wikipedia, and I would actually have to talk about them all. I think most of these people got cast purely because of how good they look in a V-neck and aviators. Because I was watching this like, damn, This is some aspirational shit right here. Some of the standouts are Roberto Diogenes as the corrupt local police captain, who brings some serious eccentric magnetism to that character despite what a sleazy piece of shit he is. Tanya Maria as the raspy owner of the hotel where Wagner Moore is staying. She has a real crusty charm to her as well. I believe she may have prepared for that role for her entire life by smoking since the age of 10. And Elise Carvalho as Wagner Moore's wife. I think she's only got one scene, but she definitely makes the most of it. 4 out of 5. So the fact that this has been nominated for several Academy Awards has invited comparisons to I'm Still Here, which was another Brazilian movie from last year that was set in the same time period, dealt with similar subject matter, also got nominated for Best Picture, but that's about all they have in common. I'm Still Here is the type of movie they show you in history class. The Secret Agent is the type of movie shown to you against your will by your unemployed stoner roommate because it's a masterpiece, bro, you gotta watch it. They shot this on Panavision anamorphic lenses. Wait, I swear it's getting to the good part, bro, just 30 more minutes. I'm Still Here wants to inspire you, it wants you to never forget, it wants you to hashtag resist. This movie just kind of hopes that you vibe with it for 3 hours. So which one would I rather watch? Honestly, still this one is definitely the cooler choice, but I do think I'm Still Here is the more important movie, definitely the more accessible movie, and probably the one you should watch first. 3 out of 5. So the more I think about this movie, particularly where it goes at the end, I don't think they really wanted to make a political thriller. I think what they really wanted was to earnestly capture a specific period of time in Brazil's history. Because, and the movie comments on this, it is a time period that's been suppressed. It's difficult to find accurate information on it, and all most people have to rely on is their memory, which is also unreliable and rapidly disappearing. So I think that's why Brazilian people who are seeing their own memories revived in such stylish fashion are getting a lot more out of this than people like me. It's certainly not making any effort to make itself accessible to people like me. And part of me wants to call that lazy. Like, just because your perspective is underrepresented doesn't absolve you of the responsibility to tell an engaging story. But it's also not like this movie's insisting that I fawn over it either. I don't personally think that it cares. So Brazil, I'm gonna let y'all have this one. For me, it's a 2 out of 5. I'm sorry. All right, let's do some math. 3. Wow. Even 3. I honestly think A Time of Great Mischief might have been a better title for this. Like, maybe it's not as marketable as The Secret Agent, but at least it would have been more accurate to the summer reading assignment that this movie felt like at times. It's about to be on site for me in Brazil after this one. But yeah, still got some Best Picture nominees to see. Go ahead and subscribe and follow me on Instagram because I'll be posting about when and where I see them. So if you're in LA and you feel like seeing a movie with me, come on down. The more the merrier. Unless you're a Brazilian hitman, in which case, please don't. I want to make it to the Oscars, please. I gotta know who wins. But till next time, peace out, Filios.